say to people we need to invest in our country, into our country's future, the first response is usually, I barely have enough money to get by. I know when people used to tell me to invest in my future or invest in my community, that's how I used to think. And my sister always told me that that was an unhealthy obsession that I had with money. We use the lack of money as an excuse of our duties to our country. As a crutch we pretend we need to lean on so that we don't have to give up our seat in the waiting room. Our value to this world is not only linked to our bank account, it's so much more. We have skills, knowledge, and experiences personal to our own story that no amount of money can buy. When we think about our communities back home, there is so much value we can add by taking a trip and just taking an evening to talk to the youth. $1 million dumped into the community won't change it by itself. Won't affect their mindsets or behaviors. Simple. But sitting down with them, connecting with them, and showing them somebody who looks like them, talks like them, and was sitting facing some of the same situations that they face today can make all the difference. Sometimes I sit back and think there is no way I can fix all of the problems in Jamaica. And I'm right. The island is so big, there's so many people and so many different problems. I can't imagine that my little bit of money and my little bit of links will somehow turn the whole country around. The problem is that a lot of us don't realize it isn't our job to fix all the problems we see. It's our job to pinpoint a cause, institution, or person that is close to our heart, something that would easily to monitor progress and invest our time and our efforts into that cause. As we do that and begin to affect change and make progress, we start to tell our story and we start to tell all the accomplishments that we witnessed. And then all of a sudden, somebody else is inspired to join in their own way. And then they go on and they tell their testimonies and things that they've witnessed, and so on and so on and so on. And then everybody starts to take care of their little bit of Jamaica, and then overall the whole country will get better. Nothing is more inspiring to a young person than seeing a person who looks like them and sounds like them and comes from a similar background as them in a position of power and influence. Representation is so important, and if you don't believe me, just ask the millions and millions of little black kids who saw Chadwick Boseman in Black Panther. That movie made them honestly believe that they could be a superhero. It's hard to tell a child that they can grow up and change the world when they can't see anyone who looks like them or sounds like them doing it. If we don't step in and play a more active role in our community and our people's narrative, we will lose the chance to tell our own story. We will raise a group of kids that think that if money doesn't come from foreign or come from a white person, then they just can't achieve. So by design, they won't think to look back and help anyone because they don't fit the mold. Even when it comes to this podcast and Jamaica Story, the documentary, I really didn't want to be the voice behind it because I lack that authentic accent. I sometimes feel like I'm doing a disservice to the children I hope to inspire one day to come back and invest in their own community. But hopefully my journey here will inspire people with the authentic accent to raise their voices and do what they need to do to help inspire the young people and show them